Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan. Once again bringing you my thoughts and review for Supergirl Season 3's Episode 23 Season Finale. Now, this is like 2 weeks old, so if you're watching this now, I apologize. I totally forgot I recorded this and I forgot to upload it. Anyway, so Supergirl. So basically, the ending shows up where Supergirl, Lena, Mon-El, they all have to fight Rain once and for all and trying to get rid of her for good. And of course, Supergirl's mother's there as well. And Samantha is, with Rain back, Samantha's feeling weak. She doesn't know if she's gonna. They don't know if she's gonna make it, obviously. And she has the superpowers as well. Obviously, it's February because she's still technically linked to Rain. So they go in for one final battle to try to stop her once and for all. And they do. They eventually do. And then you have, we got some kind of, by the way, spoilers if you haven't seen it. So, obviously, Mon-El decides to go back to the future only because there's trouble in the future, and he takes Win with him because apparently Brainiac has returned and is in the future. So Brainiac 5 has to stay in the past due to the fact that he could take over computers, and obviously he could take over Brainiac 5 as well. So they don't need that, so they have to go fix that situation. We got to see Supergirl time travel for the first time. That was very good because at the first time around, Sam, she killed Rain, and Supergirl lost Mon-El. Mon-El died, and she had to go back in time to prevent that from happening. So she went back in time, told Sam not to kill her, and they locked her up. The darkness took over her, and she vanished. Mon-El was saved, and the future kind of changed a little bit, but we get that to the end. But overall, the episode was pretty cool. Now the ending. The ending here was basically after her time travel moment. We got to meet a new guy. I don't know if I want to call it a villain yet because I'm not sure if it will be a villain. We got to see a clone or another Supergirl from her Earth 39 or whatever she's from, 36 or whatever the heck she's from the Arrowverse. Anyway, we got to see another one. She ended up in Russia. Now this indicates a lot of people online are taking guesses here that this could be an adaptation of Last Son, Superman comic book. Now in that comic book, there's an alternate world where Superman, instead of landing with the Kents, he lands on Russia, and he becomes, the Russian Superman. He's got the black suit on with the Russian symbol, just like how in Earth X, Supergirl had the black and red, but it was the Nazi symbol. It's kind of like that. So, he had that, he was kind of bad a little bit. So, could they be doing that here? Possible. It's a very possibility that we could be seeing that version of Supergirl becoming evil, maybe for a little bit. Who knows? Maybe throughout the whole season, half the season. Maybe she'll turn into Power Girl. Also, she could turn into Power Girl eventually. Let's say she starts off bad and she fights Supergirl, but then she realizes she can, Supergirl helps her and becomes one good person. Maybe she'll cut her hair and dye it. Who knows? Because in the comic books, Power Girl is another version of Supergirl from another world, another version of her from the multiverse. So she's also a clone from her as well, and then she goes to the future as well to join the Legion as well. So that's a possibility. They haven't said anything about that yet. We haven't really got confirmed information about it, but it's just a nice, cool little guess to see where they can go with Supergirl season 4. But I thought Sam would be able to keep the powers and become, Power Girl or something. or something like that, and maybe go to the future and hang out with the Legion. That's what I was thinking. I thought they were going with that. I guess I was wrong, but maybe they'll do with this new Supergirl that's gonna pop up. Like I said, she could go back for a little bit, and then eventually realizing that there's a bigger threat to Supergirl, and they need her to save, help Supergirl save the day. Of course, she could cut her hair, and because Power Girl has shorter hair, and who knows? We just have to wait and see what happens. Overall, season 3 was okay. It wasn't the greatest season, but I still enjoyed it, especially a lot more than I did with the Flash's season. It was way better than the Flash. It had moments that was kind of like boring. Some episodes like that was just boring. The whole beginning of her moping about Monel and never seeing him again. Then he comes back and then learning cape tricks, and some of those episodes were kind of ridiculous. The Crisis stuff was great, obviously. The villain was okay. I just wish the villain was only one and it wasn't 3. But what can you do? And yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel also, so like I said before, they did mention Brainiac, like Superman's Brainiac. So we could be getting him. You never know. He could go to the. He's in the future now. They say he's in the future, so he could come to the past and maybe try to kill Kal-El. But then he ends up meeting Supergirl instead. Maybe Supergirl's a big bother to him in the future, and he goes back to maybe stop her from being born or something. They can always do that. That could be a possibility. Or maybe they'll make a new villain or have somebody else come into town to try to stop Supergirl. Who knows? Obviously, they're not going to use Doomsday or Zod because Krypton is going to be using those guys. So I'm very curious to see what happens with season 4 of Supergirl. But it should be fun. So we're going to have to wait till October or September or whatever for it to come back. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about Supergirl season 3. And what was your favorite part about it? What was your favorite episode? Mine obviously was the Crisis on Earth X Part 1 because the wedding. So that was fun. And yeah, like I said, I love this character. I'm a big Supergirl fan. So I think she's just as strong as Superman. And I will always defend that. So yeah, pretty much. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you very much and have a good day.